So Tank Davis thinks that Shakur Stevenson is trying to be all buddy-buddy with him, but then when they go on Twitter, he starts talking crazy and saying things like, "You won't dare step in the ring with me." So he feels disrespected. Is that disrespect, or is that just part of the game? You know, obviously, within the sport of boxing, guys call each other out all the time. They're always calling each other's names out, but that's part of the sport. We have to understand that when you're up and coming, not necessarily up and coming, because Shakur is well established within the sport of boxing, you know, a very top ranked blue chip prospect. He's evolved into that fighter where they want to see him against guys like Tank. They want to see him against guys like Devin Haney. They want to see him against guys like Loma. But now, you know, he's starting to get really close to those fights, and people are upset, and Tank specifically has said that he doesn't like the fact that he's calling him out because that's disrespectful. Saying that you want to get in the ring with me is disrespectful. That's what Tank is saying. But from a marketing standpoint, you have to call those guys out to get that attention so you could potentially make the fight happen in the future. If you don't call guys out, you know, early on, you're never going to get the fight, because most of the time when guys call, you know, well-established fighters out, it takes so long for the fight to actually, you know, come to fruition. That's why Shakur has made it clear that he wants that Tank fight. He wants that Devin Haney fight. He wants the Loma fight. Because if he doesn't say those names now, people are going to say, oh, he's ducking this guy. He doesn't want to fight this guy. That's definitely not the case. But Shakur definitely wants that smoke. You know, and I think he can give guys like Tank, give guys like Devin Haney trouble, you know, because he's so gifted when it comes to the distance, you know, keeping that jab, staying behind that jab and letting that dictate, you know, the pace of the fight, and, you know, measuring the distance, staying at bay, not too close to his fighter, and making sure that he doesn't get countered. He's the one countering you. He's so good at that. Shakur is just so gifted. This guy's on a different level. I just don't think he carries the pop that Tank has, but he definitely has enough pop to, you know, keep you away from him. So that's why the Tank fight and Shakur fight is so interesting. But I don't think, I wouldn't take it as disrespect if I'm Tank. If anything, I take that as a compliment if a guy like Shakur is calling me out saying, you know, I want to fight that guy. Because Shakur, he wants to beat the best. He wants to, you know, get his name to that star level appeal that Tank is on right now. He said already, Shakur's been on the record saying that Tank is, you know, he has that superstar appeal. I want to get on that level, so he wants that fight. You know, becoming undisputed is important as well, but he wouldn't mind taking that Tank fight because he thinks that that's the mega fight that's going to get his name, you know, recognized all over the world, honestly. You know, Tank's name isn't only popular in the sport of boxing, it's popular outside of the sport. So if you beat that kind of fighter, you know, Shakur has all the leverage in the sport. He's going to get to call all the shots. He's going to, you know, gain so much more of a following if he beats a guy like Tank, as opposed to if he beats a guy like Devin. He still has the following there, but it's not the same as beating Tank. That's why I think Tank has kind of not been salty, but he's kind of saying, you know, that's a little bit disrespectful for you to be calling me out because you want to come in my locker room and say, you know, hey, can we get a picture, stuff along those lines. And then on Twitter, you're talking about he won't dare step in the ring with me, I'm going to expose this guy. So there's a little bit of back and forth, but at the end of the day, Tank should take it as a compliment because Shakur wants to fight him because he knows he's that guy. He's the guy with the star appeal. He's the guy with the power. Everyone's scared of Tank, and Shakur is willing to, you know, step up to the plate and take on that challenge. So if I'm Tank, I'm not taking too much away from it. I think, you know, that's part of the game. That's part of the sport of boxing, is calling guys out so you could get those fights in the future. Everyone's trying to make it big. Everyone's trying to hustle, so you can't blame Shakur for trying to get that big name in Tank to fight, because realistically it's not an outlandish fight for Shakur, because he could definitely pull off the win. I honestly favor Shakur in a fight against Tank. You know, obviously the power is going to be the issue. It's going to dictate whether or not the fight goes the distance. If it goes the distance, I don't see Shakur losing, but if, you know, Tank's able to drop him or even stop him, land something crazy, that's the kind of stuff that we need to see for real in order to really know who's that top guy at 135, because I don't think it's Devin. As much as I respect Devin Haney, it's no hate to him. I'm a big fan of Devin Haney. I just see guys like Shakur and guys like Tank. Those are the guys that are on another level, in my opinion. Not to say that Devin's not a, you know, an IQ wizard. Not to say that he's not a technician. He's on that level, but it's just a level below, you know, Tank and Shakur. So I don't know. I think that Tank should, you know, take it as a compliment that Shakur called him out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think there's too much being taken away from it, because, you know, take it as an honor. When you call out a guy like Floyd, you call out a guy like Manny Pacquiao, you call out a guy like Terrence Crawford or Earl Spence, you kind of understand if you're being called out, you're getting called out for a reason. It's because you have something that that person wants to take away from you. So take it as a compliment if I'm Tank, and you know, handle your business against a guy like Shakur if you can. It's not an easy fight for Tank, but both guys, that's a toss-up in my opinion, just because, you know, I see Tank, you know, just carrying that power from round 1 to round 12, which is what Shakur has, you know, said. That's what makes the fight so dangerous for Shakur. But then you have a guy like Shakur who's a technician, who's so good at the defensive aspect and understands boxing from the perspective of, you know, I'm going to hit you as many times as I want, and you're not going to hit me one time. So that's something that Shakur understands that, you know, maybe Tank doesn't right now. Tank has, everyone that Tank's faced, he's taken, you know, probably their best punch, if not their best punch, a really decent punch from these guys. But you know, taking a shot to give another, that's something that I don't know if Tank can afford to do that against guys like Shakur or maybe even Devin, you know. So we'll see. I favor Tank against a guy like Devin, but I favor Shakur against Tank. So that's where I stand with those matches, because it's always the same names. It's always Devin, it's always Shakur, and it's always Tank. So I rank it as Shakur number 1, Tank number 2, and then I have Devin at number 3, despite him being undisputed. Obviously, he's undisputed. He's still the man right now on paper, but this is just me. If these guys were to mix it up and, you know, fight each other and make those big fights happen down the line, hopefully sooner than later. But let me know in the comments, do you guys think that it's disrespectful for Shakur to say, you know, he won't dare step in the ring with me? I want that Tank fight. I want that superstar, you know, I want that superstar factor. I want to take that. You know, I'm going to expose him. Is that disrespectful, or is that just part of the game? I think it's just part of the game. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. Like, comment, and subscribe. But as always, thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Peace.
That's going to do it for another NASFight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Matt Nabong, with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.